Okay boys, new tape deck day. This time it's gonna be handheld because using a tripod doesn't really do much, so the image is gonna be a bit shaky, but I guess it's better than not. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. Oh, alright. It's a double deck. It's not gonna be great, but it should be fine. Yeah, this was bought as like it was listed as working. I've learned not to trust that anymore. It's like whenever I get something that's listed as working, there's gonna be major issues with it. So let's see how well this works. This is, I guess it's supposed to be fairly high class, but I know what mechanism this is gonna have. This is gonna have what's in the RS-TR474M2, I guess, so it's gonna be a pretty plasticky and nasty mechanism. I'm guessing that because it's got the motorized doors on it, and it doesn't look like it's from the RS-BX like 606 or 707 lineup or stuff like that. So okay, it came with the manual, all the cables, so let's plug this in. Didn't blow up, that's a good thing. Let's see if it powers on. Okay, it did power on. Let's see what we're dealing with here. I can't see anything inside. Let me start the light on this. Okay, here we go, lights on. I'm gonna get another light. Oh no. What the hell is that? Ew. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. This was listed as working. How could something like this be working? What's the other one look like? Okay, this one's not as bad, but still pretty nasty. Like what the hell? Like, what happened here? And I really don't know. Ew. Okay, let's pop the faces open. Okay, so I'm gonna need to clean this. I'm gonna need a tripod, I guess, because I can't do this with just one hand. So what we're using is, as usual, cotton buds and 99% IPA. I've put a dummy cassette in there. And now let's see. Ugh, that does not sound healthy. It doesn't even have a pause on this deck. Alright. Ugh. This one's so bad it's not even moving. Wait, is this broken? Okay, that one's just broken. This is so crusty. I don't think I've ever seen one this bad. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. It looks like corrosion. It just looks like rust. It is coming out. Yes, here it's like, it looks like rust. And this is after I've already cleaned a bunch of it. Like, look at this. Ugh. Maybe I should see what's on the head as well, because that one looks pretty sick too. Let's see what mysterious magical substance are we gonna get from this. It almost looks like somebody like spilled jam on it or something and didn't bother to clean it. Like, I've seen dirty decks before, but this is a whole new level. Like, I don't even know if it's necessarily dirty or just corroded. I'm wondering if I need to use something a bit stronger on this, maybe like lighter fluid or something like that. This just does not seem like it wants to go. I'm wondering if these pinch rollers are already done for. They might be. My problem with these is I've got some replacements, but they're not good quality at all. Like they're really poor. Yeah, I can't tell if this is broken or. I'm gonna try and give it as good of a clean as I can. There's not much coming off of it anymore. I'm starting to doubt that I'm gonna be able to get a lot more clean. Yeah, I think these are, oof. These are totally done, they're hard as a rock. There's no way that's gonna work right. Okay, so, not impressed with this at all. And it's just like bone dry, like the capstan. Seems like it doesn't have any oil in it at all. So probably it wasn't a good idea to run it like that. How about this one? This one feels a bit better, but not by much. Like I'm wondering what happens to these, like what do people do with these to get them to be so bad? Because on the outside it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like it was stored in a shed, you know, like where it rusted for 2 decades. But like, what's up with these mechanisms? What is this? How did it get so dirty? This side's a bit better than the other one, but it's still nasty. Let's see what we get from here. And the tape guides. Oh, not too bad. Actually, you know what? Let's stop it for that. And now, against my better judgment, what I'm going to do is put the mirror tape in it and see how awful it is. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna try the other deck. I'm just gonna try this one because the other one's like there's no way that one's gonna work. Let's see, moment of truth. Oh, no way. That's actually a decent tape path. Oh, camera almost fell over. Alright, how about the other side? Wow, that's really surprising. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna try the other side. But I'm only gonna try it in the forward direction because there's no way it's gonna work in the back because the pinch roller is done for. Nah, this is, yeah. I don't know how to make you see this, but it's kind of chewing on the tape. See that guy there? Because the pinch roller is just taking the tape up too high. So yeah, that's not good. This side, the best case scenario, it's gonna need new pinch rollers. The other one might be fine. Let me get some headphones and we'll see if we're actually gonna get any decent sound out of it. Okay, here we go, tape. That's. I hope it's not gonna get me copyright strike. Keep playing. Oh, okay, we already have Dolby B. Okay, works. It doesn't sound too bad. It's a bit dull with Dolby, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to do some azimuth adjustment. Seems to be working though. Sounds fine. Okay, let's see how well it sounds on the other side. Yeah, it's decent. Didn't chew the tape. That's fine. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna. Ugh, that's horrible. Yeah, definitely not a good idea. Didn't chew the tape, but yeah. So this side definitely needs at least new pinch rollers, and I guess we all know what's next. We have to dig in. Here's the moment of truth. How bad is it gonna be? Mint. Okay, that's pretty good. Then what the hell was going on over there? This is really clean on the inside. I might not have to do much to this after all. Honestly, this is probably like the cleanest one I've gotten so far. It's got like it's got some nicks on the top. Yeah, the lid is also, it's got a few nicks in it, but it doesn't look bad. The belts look okay in it, both sides. Like, the only thing that's not right is on the front. I don't know what happened there. Something obviously went wrong. I am glad that like the last two well deck I've had to work with, this one has. Honestly, I really dislike these ribbons. They're not. This is not very service friendly. I mean, yeah, obviously you're gonna pull it out, like it's easy to pull out and put it back in, but they break kind of quickly. Like these cables, these flat cables. I'm not a fan of them. I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna take. Actually, no. I'm gonna take everything off the motherboard. There you go. That's one. Yeah, nobody's been here before. What usually happens is these contacts, they just unstick from the backing, and then it's done. Yeah, there is a bit of there is some corrosion here. Not a fan of that. Like everything, how does everything else look? So look fine. I don't know. I gotta be careful with this because this is very cheaply cut sheet metal. Like you can cut yourself on this fairly easily. Okay, is it gonna come out? Oh, of course. I forgot. We've got 2 more screws. This I don't even need to clean it, but yeah, I can tell this has not been in the best place. See, there's corrosion that crept up. Okay, so now we need to take off the mechanisms, right? The good part, at least, is the mechanism that records is in better condition. This is pretty much like a BX, what is it, 501? The 2 heads auto reverse one, with another non-recording variant of that. The same box, like it's got pretty much the same features. Like again, the inside looks good. I don't see any signs of corrosion or anything. It's just here see how nasty that is. Like I don't even know if I should take the mech apart to oil the capstan bearing. So I could just oil it from this side. And that's the thing though, they sound kind of dry and nasty. I might have to, at least for this one. The other one sounds fine, but this one's a bit Now let's do this one. It's gonna be the same thing, 4 screws, the black ones. Also, this, unlike the BX501, this has this is a very big board. I'm guessing they put all the recording functionality on here, because it doesn't look like it's on the board, on the big board. And the other deck obviously doesn't have as much electronics on the boards. That was pretty painless. This one's in a lot better state, like it doesn't look like that much rust got to it. You see, I can already see some transform. There's probably like a bias circuit, and it's got this daughter board. Can't tell what chip it has on it, but I'm just gonna actually no, because the Dolby, maybe it's got, yeah, it's probably got like the recording Dolby chip on here, because the other one should be on the main board. I guess it's time to go to the workbench and start cleaning that up. This needs a good clean. It's got a bunch of scuffs on it, but it's like not horrible. I've seen way worse than this. Overall, like the front is in acceptable condition. This mechanism is very annoying because you have to unsolder the motor in order to do anything in here. So let's see what we can do about that. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna unscrew it first. There you go. The problem with this is it's also got like a big connector, yeah, right here. So taking it out, like it's not gonna be smooth. Like it's just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna slowly pull it out, and the contacts for the motor are gonna easily desolder. That's not the case. I need to see if I can wiggle this out a bit. Oh, I forgot. Of course we have to disable. We have to desolder this as well. Oh my god, what a mess. I forgot about this. There we go. Board came off. Okay, let's clean up the motor. Remember, boys, always tin the tip of your soldering iron before you put it away. It's gonna help preserve it for as long as possible. Gonna protect it from corrosion. Okay, let's hope I'm getting this right. So, manual says push this up. There you go. And now pull on this and push it out. Yeah, now it should just come off. Come on. There we go. That was not very painful. What was it? I think we need to get this off. Just get it out of the way, make sure we don't screw with it. And now we have to unscrew these screws, so I need to push this down so I can get here. Now we're gonna have to be careful because the belt is gonna be here. I don't know if I have to do anything else. I think this should just come out. Yep. Belt is in actually pretty good shape. It's a good clean. And now this is what we've been waiting for. Feels crusty. Okay, we're gonna have to give that a good clean. And we're gonna have to give this one a good clean as well. That didn't feel good. Apparently they have plenty of oil. I'm wondering if somebody maybe poured some kind of nasty oil on it, and that's what gave us this beautiful corrosion. Regardless. Oop. I should not have done that. I forgot about the fact that this will fall out. Oh well. I'm pretty sure it will go on this way. Yeah, you know what? Let's take out these nasty guys. Okay, let's see what mess we're dealing with here. Oh, this is so crunchy. What is this even touching? Let's start cleaning. You know what? I'm gonna start with the capstan. So let's get some tissue. Get our trusty old alcohol. This is so nasty. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to clean this one. At least I'm hopeful because it looks like this is made to be textured. It's not smooth. So I'm hopeful with that because initially when I saw it, I thought it was just oxidated, but it's the same on the other deck, and it really looks like the line here is fairly. I don't know. It looks like this was machined. It doesn't look like it's just corrosion. If it would have been corrosion, it would have probably gone deeper than that. So we don't need to get this mirror smooth, but we do need to get it really clean. I'll try and clean the bearings first before that, because this way this can soak while we clean those. Yeah, I'm thinking somebody just poured some nasty oil here. I don't know what it is. I'm wondering honestly because the pinch rollers themselves seemed a bit oily, greasy, I don't know. So I'm wondering if whoever did this just poured some oil onto it and got it all over the pinch rollers and everything. I would certainly not be surprised. I've seen some things in my life. I'm just trying to get some alcohol going through the bearings to get whatever nastiness is in here out. It's gonna take a lot of washing. I don't want to run the risk of contaminating the new oil with this crap. The grease still looks okay. Like this is the original grease. I can tell from the color, and it's in good shape. So I'm not even gonna touch that. I'm gonna leave it. This isn't such an old deck. You know, this is maybe like what 25 years old or something like that. Which I know it sounds like a lot, but. When it comes to cassette equipment, you know, that's not that old. It's obviously at the tail end of the manufacturing of decks. I'm not gonna call this a good quality deck, but it's still a decent quality one, I guess. Like it's not like the total trash that Chinesium we get these days, you know. But it's not really a high-end. I would not call this a high-end machine. And what is this corrosion? Like, I don't understand. Like, it looks chemical. That's what I'm saying. Somebody probably like puts the wrong kind of oil in here. It's weird because like the capstans themselves, like the bearings don't feel that bad. Like they feel fine. So I don't know what happened here. And the corrosion is it's limited to like some areas like here. Again, it's not important in these places. It's here and here. Makes me wonder like what happens to this deck. See, like even the heads, like on the sides, they've got this like weird looking. It's almost like they're textured, but here it's fine. Pour some more alcohol in. I'm almost considering like using really fine sandpaper on these but I'm gonna try to avoid it. Actually, you know what? Let's try some lighter fluid. Who knows, maybe this is a bit more effective. If not, maybe I can try some contact cleaner. You should probably wear gloves when you do this, by the way. It's looking better. So yeah, I'm still getting corrosion off of it. I'm starting to become fairly confident that we can salvage this deck. It's not gonna be easy, but what is easy? Honestly, when I got it and I looked at it and I saw what's on the inside, I didn't think this was gonna work out. But the other deck, like, it's still working fine. Like, this one is working as well. It's just like the pinch rollers are done on it, and I have to see what the problem is with that as well. Is this one why it gets stuck? See, it's got like an oily surface to it. I don't know what the hell that is. It's coming out fairly nicely. Let's not forget to feed the bearings. Put some more alcohol in there. Let that wash through. Top quality content, yay! Let's call that one good for now. Let's give this a bit of a clean. This one's not so bad. It's not great, but it's not so bad. Yeah, let's start trying to take care of those bearings now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll some tissue, if it will comply. I'm gonna try to drive it through the bearing, and it will not cooperate. I think I've made it a bit too thick. Yeah. You see that? That's got like some black stuff on it. It's not good. Let's get some of this out as well. Yeah, and let it soak some more. We're cleaning the rest of these. Take off this washer. Like, that's the thing, I don't know what oil was in here, so I'm gonna just make sure there's no trace of it left. Again, this deck was sold as working. So this gives you an idea. Like, I'm not gonna try and talk bad about the people who sell these, because honestly most of them have no idea what this is. Like, I'm guessing the guy who sold this one just turned it on and saw that the display came on and it was like, oh, it's working, you know. And most of the ones I get, they are listed as working, and they are kind of like they do play a tape horribly, you know, like, but most of them do play, and that's like the standard that most sellers, especially on sites like eBay and stuff, that's like, to them, if it turns on or if it plays a cassette, you know, oh, it's working. But you know, obviously, if you actually care about what you're getting and what you're doing, and you don't want to mess your tapes up as well, because like this, honestly, if somebody just took this right at the state it was in and didn't know what was up with it and just put a tape in it, just imagine what would have happened to that tape. So yeah, this is why, like, I just like to clean my stuff, like make sure that everything is as good as possible, you know, because I don't want to damage my tapes. And also, I will, at one point I have to start selling some of these, right? And I will not, like, I can't go and say, oh, this is a working deck, blah blah, and it's got like it's got rust on the capstans or stuff like that, you know, like that just won't go. Honestly, you can't, in my opinion, you shouldn't sell a deck as working perfectly well, blah, without it meeting at least factory spec, you know. And again, like, most sellers are not going to be able to do that because they don't have any calibration tapes, they don't have any equipment, they don't know how to test it. So yeah, that's why, like, you got to be careful where you buy your stuff from. For me, it's not a problem because most of it I can fix, and if not, you know, that's just the nature of the game. I do this as a hobby. You should really be careful what you buy and who you buy it from. If again, that's if you don't want to mess with it. If you just want something that works and is fine, like, make sure you buy it from someone reputable. Don't just go on eBay and be like, oh, look, I found this deck. It was £100. It says it's working. I'm gonna get it. You know. Just cleaning. Sorry again, like, trying to get all of this in frame as well. I'm not very good at that. But yeah, I'm cleaning pretty much every type of grease that has to do with the capstans. Because I'm not sure if this is factory or like it's just factory stuff and it's gone wrong, or if somebody tried their magic at it and put, I don't know, cooking oil or stuff like that in it. Which would not surprise me at all. And again, the grease on the back of the capstan bearing, like, this one's probably going to be fine in factory because you'd have to split it open to get to this part. So this one's probably fine, but I'm just cleaning it because, you know, I'm here. I might as well put something new in there. It's like it's leaving like this blackish residue everywhere, which is probably corrosion. I'm just hoping that, you know, it wasn't enough to actually damage anything to the point where it like gets out of spec. And even so, like with the auto reverse decks, like these are nice and all, especially like this one should be nice because it's pretty much an RSBX 501 with another deck, you know. It's like the components are pretty much the same, so it's not a bad deck, but it's just it's not gonna be the same quality as a, you know, as a free head deck. Not even like the 5 or the 601. Sorry, it uses the same mechanism, and I wouldn't. Again, it sounds good and stuff, but these motors, they're not the best. Again, like, you can't tell with your ear, but they slide in speed. You know, it's like it's not constant speed, and once you deal with like a direct drive, like a quartz lock direct drive, that just doesn't steer off speed. You know, it's always gonna be pretty much dead on. Once you get to something like this, you know, it's like it is kind of a downgrade. Again, to most people, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter to me either if I wasn't doing calibrations and stuff like that. You know, I probably wouldn't notice it. But yeah. See, let's see what we put. Like, look at that. I don't know if you can tell how nasty that is. Probably not. Huh? Yeah. See, like that came out of the bearing. So I'm gonna have to do more of this. Like, this is not gonna be enough. Let me get some more tissue. Also, like, I know, like, I get annoyed a lot doing this, and maybe someone might wonder, well, if it's pisses you off so much? Why do you do it? It's also when you get something working, you know, even with all the frustration, it's fairly rewarding. Like, I feel that keeping these decks alive is a thing worth doing, especially given like cassette. I don't think cassettes are ever gonna have the like. I know there's like a revival now, where like even young people are getting into cassettes, but I don't think this is gonna have the same revival as vinyl. You know, for one, vinyl never went away. Like vinyl has always sold, even if in low quantities, while cassettes did go away, and nobody's making good quality tapes anymore. Like the formulations are not the chemicals for that are not available anymore. All of the big factories that were making good quality tape are gone. All the machinery has been sold or scrapped or whatever. Like, it doesn't exist anymore, right? And the formulations, they probably would not be allowed to be made these days, I guess, you know, because of environmental concerns and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna have like a good quality, let's say like a good quality deck, right? I don't think anyone's gonna ever make that. The only thing we've got is, you know, I'm talking about like mechanism wise. The only thing we've got is what people call the Tenashin mechanism, but it's not the Tenashin mechanism. It's just it's a bootleg off of that, and that's even at its time it was like a very low end mechanism. Like, it wasn't supposed to be great. Again, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be a snob here. It definitely works, you know. For most people it's gonna be fine, but like, it's below the quality of this, for example, right? So what I'm saying is we're I don't think we're gonna get, like, also the whole industry, like, a tape deck is not made in a bubble, right? Like, it requires its own supporting industry, like mechanics and stuff like that. You need places where you can machine a high quality pinch roller, right? Like something that will get you low wow and flutter, and I don't think we have that anymore. You know, like all of this industry has been taken apart and scrapped. So I doubt anytime soon anyone's gonna make a good quality tape deck, and if they do, it's probably gonna be like really small runs, and it's gonna be really, really expensive. And even so, I don't think it'll ever get. Well, maybe I'm mistaken about that. You know, like, enough time, and you might be able to get something decent. But I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get a new good deck anytime soon. Because, as I said, like, cassettes have a revival, right? Like, people are, I guess, getting into it again, but it's not enough for a major manufacturer to actually make something. And like, people are gonna say, oh, but there's new. I can buy a new shoebox recorder or a Walkman or something like that on Amazon, and I can get that, and it's new. Yeah, but those are using that mechanism that I was talking about, which in itself is not a bad thing, but it's not an actual Tenashin mechanism. It's just some Chinesium bootleg, you know, made to zero quality standards. Belts these days, the belts are horrible. I don't know, like, that's the thing, like, everything about it, it's like they're using components that you can buy off of eBay, right? And honestly, like, if you ever bought like belts or something like that from like China, like Chinese eBay, right? Also, I don't know how autofocus this has been for the past few minutes. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, like components from China these days, like when it comes to tape recorder stuff, they're really not good. I've tried so many times to like order pinch rollers and stuff and belts, and like I've got this pack of flat belts, and I swear to God, I think they probably took some glove, like it looks pretty much like somebody took a neoprene glove or something like that, and just cut them with scissors to make belts. Like that's what it looks like they've got a very weird texture and they're cut off poorly. So you know, that's what they're calling belts, you know, and it's like, oh, high quality and stuff. So that's pretty much, that's what's gonna end up in a new like shoebox recorder or Walkman or whatever, like something that has that mechanism in. They're just gonna source the cheapest, nastiest stuff they have, and it will work. It will work, but it will be horrible, and it will be, you know how cassettes have this bad rep of being poor sound quality. That's where they get it from. They get it from crap equipment, you know. Because that's just how it goes. Most people will just listen to a tape, and also like the pre-recorded tapes these days, they're not the greatest. There's not a lot of thought that goes into them, and again, they're running on pretty much like antiquated technology. Duplicators have a real hard time keeping their machines running, you know, especially because, you know, lack of spare parts. So yeah, I don't see anyone making a good deck in the near future. I don't see anyone making cheap, accessible cassettes. That's why like new old stock is still the way to go, in my opinion. So yeah. Okay. Sorry for that little rant. It's got corrosion on this, like on these little metal pegs that push the pinch roller down on the capstan. Again, this doesn't mean anything, like it's not gonna affect anything, but yeah, it makes me wonder what actually happened here. Yeah, it's got a bit on the edge of the head plate here. Okay, now let's see, what's the deal with this? This is so crusty. These pinch rollers are so done. But still, I don't understand why it doesn't turn in there. Like, that's not right. It's not good. I don't like it. Yeah, see, it's way too greasy. It smells like actual grease, you know. It smells like what you'd use in a car or something, like petroleum grease. Now what's up with these pinch? Oh. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. And these are like rock hard. My problem with these is it's really hard to get good quality replacements for this. Like I've bought replacements, but they're just trash. They're off-centered. They're not properly smooth. You know, it's like it's a mess. Again, Chinese parts. You know, what can you expect? And there's probably like maybe Fix Your Audio might have some, but they're like, he's gonna charge, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 euros a pop for these. So that would be 20 to 40 pounds invested in this deck, which I don't think I want to do. And also, like, yeah, I did buy some of these from someone in Bulgaria, I think. I don't know, somewhere in Europe. I bought some of these, theoretically new and original parts, right? And they came in, and I don't know what they were made of, but definitely not correct materials, because like the axle was crumbling like chalk, and the actual rubber itself was, I don't know, it wasn't actual rubber, like it was a rubbery kind of substance that kind of cracked when I tried to take it off the plastic. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, like it's hard to find these in good quality. That's another thing, when you get a deck, you have to expect that these parts, like the pinch rollers, are gonna be done. Honestly, belt wise, I've been pretty lucky. Like I tend to just use the old belts inside the decks, because they're usually a lot better quality than what you can get new. Let's see what we're doing with here. Okay, 13.7. Okay, so this should be 13 millimeters. So they're obviously swollen. Let me see. Let's see, because I've got like the crap ones somewhere in here. Oh, here we go. I'm going to show you the trash ones I was talking about. Okay, yeah, here they are. These are the ones I was talking about, like from Europe. And I'm going to show you exactly what I was saying when I was saying like these are like chalky. Oh, never mind. It came apart while I opened it. Did it have? Yeah, here. You see? So this was supposed to be a pinch roller. This is supposed to be new. Like the bag says it was made in 2020, right? And look at it. So the rubber is, oh, why won't you focus? Come on. So this is the axle, and it's made from like, I don't even know what that is. And the rubber, I don't know if you can see, but like when you push it, it's like it feels really weird. See, like it cracks when you push it. You see? So yeah, that's one of the types of pinch rollers you can get. And here, these are the Chinese ones, and you can't really see. Come on. Yeah, you see the surface? See how uneven it is? Like you're gonna get wow and flutter from this. It's gonna not be good. I'm gonna end up having to use this at least temporarily till I can get some decent ones. Let's measure these. See, these are like, oh, of course. Okay, so these are like 12.6. Let's see how this works. Yeah, see, this spins without a problem. Again, this is trash quality, but this will have to do. Like I have no option here until I can find some decent replacements. Let me try and scope out the best contenders from here. Okay, let's give this one last clean. Okay, time for the oil. This is what I don't like about this mechanism. I have to take everything apart just to get a bit of oil in there. It's kind of annoying, but since I'm here, might as well. I'm gonna go clean up that belt. Okay, we're back. The belt's nice and clean. Let's prepare for it. What I'm gonna do is obviously I'm gonna wipe these capstans. It's easier to do them while they're in here because then you can just turn them like this. Yeah, that's very clean. Okay, so let's see, what would the procedure for this be? So it has to go around this. Oh, they've provided us. That's nice, with 2 pegs to hook the belt onto. Okay, so now I can actually put the motor in without having to fiddle with it. That's nice. I like that. Like, I'm gonna put a bit on here, a bit on here. Come on, you can do it. There you go, like that. And now here. Okay, it should be like this. Everything's in place. What do you want from me? It's just supposed to be a bit floaty in here. Why? Oh, never mind, it does make sense. Okay, it makes sense because this is a bit springy. It's supposed to press on it. Okay, never mind. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay, we're good. So long screws up top. Okay, we seem to be good. Now, let's see how successful we are at getting the belt onto the motor. I hope very successful. Okay, successful enough. I don't like that. There's a bit of foil that got onto it. I'm gonna clean that before it gets onto the pulleys. Okay, what was next? The head connector. Okay, that went in. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, connector is in. The motor is lining up. Yeah, maybe I should have put the pinch rollers back before the door, huh? What do you think? Can I do it like this? Nope. Let's try and open the door. Maybe I can do it with the door open. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's one. And as always, Let's not forget our Teflon washers. I don't know how well they're going to work on this one, although it should work fine. I'm wondering if like the reverse capstan might be a bit small. Yeah, it is, but it'll work. It'll do. This one's done. I hope I didn't break anything. Time to move to the next one. Yeah. Okay, belt's clean. Just in case you're wondering how I clean the belts, I just wash it with a bit of dishwasher soap. And that's good enough. And then I, of course, dry it, and that's it. There we go. No extra parts. Yeah, I think we might be good. Okay, let's put the mechanisms back in. This should be fairly straightforward. These pinch rollers are horrible. I can see the arm moving with them. I'm gonna have to buy new pinch rollers, but I need to make sure everything works fine first. I don't wanna, just as I said, like, it's probably gonna be like 30 pounds at least. I don't want to invest that in a deck that has other problems. Tape path is okay, considering that horrible pinch roller. It's doing fine. It's okay-ish this way too. Okay, not bad. Again, that's the pinch roller that was okay. Now, going back, this is the trash pinch roller. Ugh. Yeah, not good at all. You can tell, you can look at the pinch roller, you can see it go up and down. Okay, this sounds fine. Yeah, that's like going in reverse. It's that crap pinch roller. It's still like, Well, it's not fine. I'm never gonna say that's fine. That's horrible, but it works, and that's what I'm going for. Because as I said, I'm gonna try and get new rollers for this, but I need to make sure it's worth it first. Yeah, sounds fine. One of the channels here, the right channel, sounds a bit dull on this. Again, that might be because of the pinch roller. It doesn't sound bad. I mean, it's okay with a bit of azimuth adjustment. I'm pretty sure this can be okay, and of course new pinch rollers. But otherwise, yeah, sounds fine. I think I can start assembling it because you can get to the pinch rollers from here. Like I don't think you actually need to take it all apart in order to take the pinch rollers out. Just for the hell of it, we're gonna do some tests. Well, some tests. We're gonna do one test. I want to see what the woman flutter on this is like. But with those pinch rollers, I expect horrific results. So, not holding my breath. But I'm genuinely curious. I want to see what we can get out of this. I'll be the speed. Oh, let me get you off of this tripod here. The speed on this is pretty good. Wall and flutter, it's pretty trash. And this is on the what's supposed to be the good pinch roller. Although this is not such a bad value for a deck like this. Let's switch the side and see the true horror now. Yeah, you see? That's nightmarish. Alright. Second deck, let's see. Somehow that's... actually it's not necessarily worse, it's about the same. It's pretty trash. And... worse. This one's truly horrible. Oh my god. Yeah. It's kind of what I expected with these pinch rollers. So now I just have to find new pinch rollers, and there you go. I'm just gonna put the lid back on it. I don't think I'm gonna put the screw. Actually, I might. I don't know. I need to wait for the pinch rollers after I ordered them, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, auto reverse kicked in. Let's see that won't flutter again. Painful. Alright, so this is it for now. Okay, here we are with trying to change those nasty pinch rollers. I will take these out without actually taking the mechanisms out, because that's I don't want to deal with. That's what I'm using is these tweezers. And let's see if I can get a better light for this. Yeah, sorry for the bad camera work. So what I'm gonna do is put the tweezers behind the pinch rollers. Yeah, I can't actually film that correctly. Let's see, maybe, yeah, put them in like that and just pop them up. Okay, the door decided it would close up. Actually, I think I can do this. Yeah, I can do this with the door closed. There you go, that one popped out. Come on buddy, pop out. Sorry you have to watch me struggle with this. It's part of the fun. If stuff just worked out the way we wanted, then this wouldn't be much fun, would it? Okay, so these are the old shit ones, you know, the wavy ones. Now let's see. I got a new bag of these. These are the second bag I got because the first ones were pretty bad. I'm gonna see, because the seller said he would send me a new batch, and he showed me pictures, and I said, okay, it's gonna be the same thing. Like, the rubber is a bit too small for these pins, I guess. Okay, before I change the other ones, I'm just gonna see what kind of results we get with this. So always great when you're prepared for the videos, right? I wasn't actually prepared to do this. I just got these, and I figured I'd do this now. I can already tell this isn't going to be the greatest. They're not concentric, it doesn't look like. I mean, probably better than the other ones, but still, that doesn't mean they're good. For this deck, maybe it's enough. Let's get our mirror tape in and see the damages, yeah? Wow, that looks like shit. Yeah, the walnut flat around this is gonna be terrible. I guess it's a tad bit better on the other one. Not much. Hopefully this doesn't chew my tape up. Yep, freaking horrible. See, this is why I hate the new production of parts. They're trash. This is why I think this is why the tape recorder fixing industry is experiencing such difficulties, because this is the kind of stuff you have to deal with. This is the reverse side. Even worse. Yeah, great quality. I don't even, actually, I don't have to know which one is worse. Let's see. So on this side, the forward play is the old crummy pinch roller, you know, the one whose brethren got swollen up and moldy and the plastic cracked. Let's see how well this does. The old crap pinch roller. Let's see how well that does. Yeah, so the old crap one is doing better than the new ones. The new expensive ones, like, they're not your run-of-the-mill Chinesium, you know. They're not like £1 each. These are a tad more expensive. And this is why. So okay. So let's say what is that? Let's say 0.1, right? Although let's say 0.1 RMS, 0.01, sorry, RMS. And let's play it in reverse. This is with the old shitty pinch roller. This 0.2, so it wasn't 0.0, sorry, so 0.1 was with the old shit pinch roller. With this one it's 0.181, yeah, let's say 0.17, 0.18, so already twice as bad. So that's with the shitty, that was the, what was it, I think I paid like £5 for 5 for that one. And now let's see the new expensive bench rollers, the high quality ones. Yeah. It's a bit better than the, what was it, the £1 ones, I guess. It's a bit better than that, but not by much. This is still trash. And on the reverse play with the new quality pinch rollers, wow, this is total trash. This is just as bad or worse than the £1 one. So yeah, I guess pretty trash overall. What I'm gonna do though is I am going to change these as well, because these are like the crappy one is just crap, and the old one is disintegrating, and I really I don't want to leave disintegrating parts in a deck. It doesn't matter if it's working better than the non-disintegrating one. It's just bad practice. Like this is why I genuinely, like, if I've got a belt in one of these decks and it's still good, I will not change it, because chances are the new belts, if I put new belts in, are gonna be even worse than this. Actually, I wonder what happens if I see, this is the, I don't know if you can tell, but these, like, the rubber on these is not wide enough. Like, it's got a little gap here. So I'm wondering if I just push this to one side, if it's gonna be a bit more centered and maybe give us a better better result. But yeah, these are just not good. And this is the second set, because the other ones were pretty much the same, and I told the seller about it, and he was like, "Oh, I'll send you some new ones." And he showed me a picture of them, and they looked the same. And I told him, "Yeah, don't send me another set, because they'll be the same. Like, you can tell from the pictures that they've got the gap here." He's like, "Well, I'll send them anyway, and you tell me what you think about them." I'm gonna have to tell him what I think about them. Yeah. I was also considering just using a pinch roller without an integrated pin, because usually those are better quality. Like, you find them in better quality than these, the ones with the integrated pin. But I don't think those will fit in here. I don't know why they make these. Like, what's the point? Why don't you just make the rubber the correct size, or make the just make the pin a bit smaller, you know? Yeah, it's got like plastic burrs around it and stuff like that. It's just not great quality. Alright, so this is obviously the same. Let's try reverse play. Okay, Now reverse play is about the same. This is, I'll be honest, like if I'm really honest, for this kind of deck, this is not bad performance. I think this is almost within tolerance. I think it's like 0.08% wall and flutter, something like that. This is not too bad. Now, the other one, I'm gonna try and do the same thing. Let's see, first of all, let's see what I get from it like this. Yeah, this one is quite a bit worse. Huh? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out those pinch rollers as well and set them to the side like I did with these, give them a bit more stability. So what I'm thinking is, because the surface of these looks fairly okay, you know, so what I'm thinking the problem is because they're not centered. Let me take these out. Because the rubber is not centered on the pin, it wobbles. Okay, go back here as well. It wobbles, and when that happens, obviously you're gonna get wall and flutter, right? So my train of thinking is, if I set the rubber to one side, then it's gonna be straighter, I guess. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing the pin onto one. Oh. Nah, you get back here. You were trying to escape, but there's no escaping. Okay, I'm trying to just get the rubber onto one side of the pin, so I'm just doing this as much as possible, hoping it's gonna seat correctly. Nope. Whoa, definitely not. Come on, buddy, where are you doing? What about the reverse? Seems a bit happier in reverse. It's not happy at all. In the forward direction, we need to take it out and turn it around. Oh my god, this is taking forever. I don't know if this is gonna make it into a video, bro. This is a bit excessive. Repair was supposed to be enjoyable, not this shit. Not great, not terrible, I guess. Okay, buddy, it's your time to shine. What do we got? Right. Is that worse than before? It's about the same, I guess. Reverse. Do trash. Yeah, so this is what you get with high quality pinch rollers. Fuck me. Of course. Yeah, at least this is not the record deck, you know. I mean, I'm guessing the other one is salvageable. What I'm hoping is with a bit of time also, these pinch rollers will settle in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place some tapes on them, just loop it around, and hopefully get those pinch rollers settled in, and then maybe we'll get some better values. Like, honestly, kind of doubt it, but at this point, what do I have to lose? There you go. Oh, actually, I don't know. Should we try? Should we even try and play something for it? Like, we know it's gonna play, right? speakers and blast some tunes. Actually, it sounds pretty good. The Dolby is straight on, so azimuth is gonna be okay. That's good. Azimuth on this one is a bit off, but I'm not going to change it until I run some tapes through it, make sure the pinch rolls are settled in. I've had worse decks. What was that? There we go. Let's try you again. Yeah, this deck sounds a lot better. And I am left with nothing but a limb. Yep, works fine. Again, for a deck like this, you can't really expect much. It's not a bad deck. As I said, I've had worse, obviously, and it's pretty good for what it is for fairly late double deck, you know. Yeah, this is the way it's gonna stay. As I said, I'm gonna run it for probably, I don't know, at least 10 hours to see if stuff stabilizes, like pinch rollers and stuff, and after that probably gonna have, if it doesn't, again, like when the pinch rollers sit themselves in, the azimuth on this might get itself sorted, and if not, I'll just set that and it should be fine. Again, like with these auto reverse decks, sometimes you can't set the azimuth bang on because of how the heads move around. But yeah, again, it's not a horrible machine. It's obviously not the best. Like you're not gonna compare this to you know, like a direct drive or something like that. You're always gonna have the motors are not gonna be bang on. You know, it's okay for what it is, and it's doing fine even with those shitty pinch rollers. That's about as good as you can get these days, to be honest, and that's pretty bad. But oh well, there you go. Technics RS-TR474 Mark II. Yep, there we go.